where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Avatar fans, and welcome to a Bay 12 video review. Today we are reviewing the 7-inch scale Neytiri from Avatar, the first Avatar, all the way back from 2009. And I gotta say, I was pretty thrilled to see that the Todd father was taking over the Avatar brand for toys and merch, because already this toy line is pretty awesome, and we still don't have a ton of figures for it yet, but even the small scale, the micro scale, if you would, World of Avatar or World of Pandora set is also very impressive and very cool, and you can build quite a bit of some cool dioramas out of that, which I really like. But today we are reviewing, like I said, the 7-inch scale Neytiri figure, and she looks great. Now, the packaging for the first Avatar characters and the packaging from the Way of Water Avatar characters differ in the sense that the boxes for the first movie figures are more of a dark purple and have more foresty stuff in the background. You got some little deer-like, gazelle-like creatures right there running around. And the Way of Water packaging is more of a bright blue, ocean-y, reef area kind of coloration on the box, which looks really cool. Now there she is in the packaging. As you can see, she comes with the bow that we first see her using in the movie. She comes with her knife, and she comes with some swappable hands, and of course a figure stand, because McFarlane includes figure stands with their figures, which is awesome. On the side of the box you have her name, Neytiri, and on the back of the box you have some cool images of the figure and some more of that Avatar artwork. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. And here she is, fresh out of the box, and this figure looks really awesome. Very detailed, very articulated. The stripe patterns on the figure are very screen accurate and look very good. Now, there's some details, unfortunately, I won't be able to cover in this video yet. Maybe in the next Neytiri video. And those details are, if you shine a black light on any of the Avatar figures, any of the Na'vi, any of the creatures, so on and so forth, there are special glow details, much like in the films, when at night a lot of the flora and fauna of Pandora is bioluminescent in some regard, including the Na'vi. And each figure of the Na'vi also features some of those bioluminescent details. Now again, I won't be able to show those off in this video because I don't have a black light on hand right now. But stay tuned for some future video reviews of Avatar figures, and hopefully by then I'll have a black light and can show some of those details off, and I'll try to go back in one of those reviews, probably in the Way of Water Neytiri review, because we will be doing that figure as well, and show off the details of this figure versus that figure. So something to look forward to. Anyway, she looks really good. That face sculpt looks really good, especially. Very screen accurate. You've got all the details in her hair, all of her braids, even her ponytail. It would have been cool if they had like a swappable ponytail where their pink little tendrils were coming out, or cilia, or whatever you want to call them, are sticking out. That would have been cool if maybe you had like a swappable piece for that, or maybe if there's like a version that just has that feature, that detail sticking out. I don't know. But overall, that's pretty neat. She does come with her knife, which you can put in the holster on her belt, which is pretty cool. And she comes with her bow, again, the bow that she's using for the majority of the first film. And I gotta say, I'm kinda disappointed in the bow. The bow, while it looks cool, is pretty lackluster. No string in between, not even like a plastic, soft plastic good string in between. The arrow is fixed to the bow itself. It would have been neat if at the very least we had a separate arrow accessory, just so you can do a cool pose where she's drawing an arrow or something like that. Overall, the bow is probably the most disappointing thing about this figure, just because, I mean, this, yeah, it's It's kind of lame. But it still looks cool, so there's that. Now, this figure is, of course, fully articulated, and this is the first Navi figure that we are reviewing, so there's a lot of articulation to cover here. First of all, head is on a ball joint. You have those inner socket shoulder joints as well as those outer shoulder joints, and that shoulder is very fully articulated. Upper bicep, double jointed elbows, wrist joints, upper waist, lower waist, hips, those inner socket thigh joints that McFarlane Toys has been doing lately, double jointed knees, ankles, and that middle of the foot joint as well. Oh, and before I forget, her tail is also articulated on a ball joint where the tail meets the back of the figure. Now, the tail is made of a soft rubbery plastic. It's not made out of a bendable material, so there's no real way to pose it aside from the ball joint where it is attached to the figure, but it's still a pretty cool accessory. Now, she can, of course, hold her bow in her hand. She's not going to be doing much with it without a string, though, but she can, of course, hold it. And it looks pretty cool. Like I said, it's not that it looks bad, it's just it shouldn't have been one solid piece like this without a string or, again, a plastic string, even if it didn't articulate, even if it wasn't a piece of elastic. Just something more than just basically a stick, because this is more of a stick than it is a bow at this point, really. And of course, she also comes with a pair of swappable hands. She has a swappable grasping hand for her right hand and a swappable hand where it looks like, I think this is for when she's drawing her bow, which again, it's cool that they included this accessory, but what exactly is she supposed to be drawing back here? You know, and you can't even, it looks like it's fitted to fit an arrow in her hand, but the only arrow that she came with is fixed to the bow. You can't take it off. So while this is a really cool hand to have, it's kind of useless in this case because there's nothing really to interact with it. I feel like I'm being nitpicky, but these are all things that need to be said. And who knows, maybe there will be an accessory down the road or an accessory pack for the Navi where we can actually get some of those accessories. And then, of course, the one accessory she certainly can use, her knife. You can have her hold in her hands. It's definitely better in that smaller grasping hand, which I just actually swapped out. I wonder if we'll get like a gold label or something down the road where there's a swappable head or just a alternate head sculpt in general where maybe she's doing that hissing pose, because I think that would have been a cool swappable head for this figure, especially for interacting with some of the weapons accessories. You could get her down, posed down and low where she's, you know, hissing at Quaritch or Jake or a creature or something, you know. I think that would be a cool accessory. What do you think? Overall, the figure itself is pretty great. The details on this figure are fantastic. The accessories could be a bit better, but the articulation and detail of this figure are very, very well done. Now, hopefully we get her Banshee out on shelves here pretty soon, because for a while now, the only Banshee, the only large creature we've had is Jake Sully's Banshee, and I know the, I forget the name of them, but the little Banshee dolphins is what I'm going to call them, and I'm sure you'll know exactly what I'm talking about from The Way of Water. I know we're supposed to be getting that in 7-inch scale at some point too, as well as the big Banshee Barracudas. So who knows when those are going to start hitting shelves, but stay tuned, because whenever those do, we will likely be reviewing them very soon. And again, hopefully we get Neytiri's Banshee, because Jake's is out, but we gotta get Neytiri's to go with it, right? Stay tuned for more McFarlane Toys reviews. Stay tuned for more Avatar reviews. Check out some of our other content here on Bay 12, because we have a wide variety of content on Bay 12. And Like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and in case you're local or visiting in town, come check out our storefront inside the Shops at Willow Bend Mall in Plano, Texas, inside Order 66 Multiverse. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. It's game over, man.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.